The funeral of the late South African ambassador to Algeria, Billy Masetlha, it's currently underway now at the Bryanston Methodist Church. We understand now the Secretary General of the ANC is on the podium. Let's take you there live.
Has joined that column of comrades marching to their final reward. Comrade Billy Masetlha, an illustrious son of the soil, have received the summons to join the innumerable caravan that moves to that mysterious realm where each shall take his chamber in the silent halls of death. How through that mysterious role of human destiny, written in heaven but slowly unfolded line after line, by the unerring hand of time, as many things in reserve for us all of which are little dreams. With each passing day, the weapons of war at the disposal of our people perish. With each passing day, the ranks of the greatest generations suffer 1,000 losses. We are gathered here today to lay the mortal remains of Comrade Billy to his final resting place. Above all, we have come to celebrate Billy's life and give thanks to it. We have come to remember and honor a selfless leader who gave his youthful life to the service of his country and of his people. We have come to remember and cherish him as a generous friend who made an immense contribution to the cause of our struggle. We have come to bid this great titan of our national liberation struggle farewell. We have not come here to cover the grave of Comrade Billy, but we have come to salute him for what he was, a genuine servant of the people and a frontline fighter and revolutionary. We have come here to remember the life and times of a valiant shock trooper of our revolution, who bequeathed victories to his people. We have come here to remember the life and times of a great dreamer who forged a new reality in our country. We have come to mourn the untimely departure of Comrade Billy because he stood tall like a towering cathedral when the brightest stars of the universe were momentarily dimmed. Comrade Billy's untimely death marked a life ceased and a service ended. As mourners, we are here in bright sunshine to bow our heads and dip our banners in a deep moment of reflection. Today, speakers after speaker all spoke in one accordance and conveyed the story of a man of character. In knitting together the million little things that Comrade Billy did that define him as a dependable force and revolutionary, speaker after speaker told us a story of a man of courage. Speaker after speaker spoke to us of a fine thinker. They conveyed the reality of a man of action who gave his strength but asked for no reciprocity. They painted a picture of a person of loyalty to his cause, his principles, his fellow comrades, and all his people. They reminded us of the personal sacrifices he made. They informed all who cared to know that Comrade Billy Masetlha was human because he could laugh and cry, that he could rejoice and despair, that he could play and work, that he could love and could hate, that he had his fortunes and misfortunes, that he had his pain and his disappointments, that he had his joy and sorrows because he was human. He died for his country, and greater devotion hath no man than this. He died unquestioning, uncomplaining, with faith in his heart and hope in his lips that his country should triumph and its civilization survive. As a typical soldier of our democracy, he fought and died, believing in the indisputable justice of his country's cause. We too, on behalf of the African National Congress, have come to convey our heartfelt condolences to the Masetlha family. We have come to pay our last respect to this fallen soldier of Umkhonto weSizwe. Your pain is our pain. Your loss is our loss. The sphere of our collective dreams, hopes, and aspirations is no more. A sparkling light of hope has suddenly gone dim. Death has once again taken away from us the precious life of a vibrant and seasoned comrade, a frontline fighter and revolutionary. Death has robbed us of an all-round warrior and a soldier for peace. Death, the mighty hunter, has extricated Billy's energies from the service of his people. The death of such a brave warrior leaves us a huge task as to how to honor such a precious soul. How can the dead be truly dead when they still live in the souls of us who are left behind? To you, Comrade Billy, we have come to tell you how deeply heartbroken your death has left us. How shall we speak of you? What manner of words can we use to describe our loss? How shall we speak of you if it was precisely to you we look up to when searching for the most appropriate words? How shall we speak of you, Comrade Billy, while the shock of your untimely departure refuses to escape our minds? How shall we sufficiently evoke you while there still echoes inside us the irreplaceable sound of your friendly voice, your eloquent voice, sometimes vibrant with emotions, sometimes tender with that simple tone of profound humility? Refuse to remain still. Only you, Comrade Billy, knew the secret of its greatness. The twinkle in your eyes, your smile, your beautiful artistic hands, your fine mind, your tender love for all of us, all combined to work a magic. Who could resist your purity, your sincerity, your drive to bring out the best in everyone you met, in everyone you worked with, no matter what their age, what they are standing in life, what their ideas or opinions? What tears shall we shed for you if during our encounter in the struggle you did not teach us to weep? What you taught us was to transform grief into redoubled strength, to pick up the fallen spear and to forge ahead with our struggle. Your untimely death has wrapped us in a heavy mantle of sorrow and anguish. With you, there died a part of each and every one of us. In looking through the pages of your life, it is not surprising that very early you knew what you wanted to be. You knew what you wanted to do, to be of service to the people, the most vulnerable, the poor, to help them overcome their burden. Your political and professional biography, as described by your friends and colleagues, paints the portrait of an exceptional human being. That same commitment to the service of others was the defining mark of your life. Today you'll be laid to rest in the company of indomitable titans such as Peter Mugaba, Pax Mankahlana, Fawcett Matebe, Bachana Mukwemna, Ignatius Jacobs, and many more of his departed generation. Comrade Billy Masetlha came into spotlight as a student youth leader within the ranks of the student and youth politics and shone brightly on his generation, a light that has never gone dim or extinguished. Comrade Billy knew every detail and grasped the overall picture of the strategic plot of the youth movement. He shaped the details one by one to form great steps, great decisions that spearheaded our total onslaught on the apartheid machinery. The youth of our country felt the warmth of his leadership flames and activism as a leader in all the structures of the youth movement. As a generation of young and militant student leaders, he endeared himself to the class of 1976, which led the Soweto revolutionary upheaval of June 16. Together with many of his ilk, they marched fervently with the corresponding bravado to the battle cry, each one, teach one. Together with his comrades in arms, they sounded a death-defying injunction in the trenches in exile. Submit or fight, freedom or death, victory is certain. All of these leaders had the necessary foresight to recognize that there will be many challenges times ahead, but possess the nerve and the confidence in them to meet and overcome these challenges. He continued his activism in youth politics in exile, serving in the youth and student desk of the African National Congress. He swelled the ranks of Umkhonto weSizwe and served he served as an intelligence operative, a feat he carried with diligence and unparalleled service. With his refined ideas, they brought clarity to the purpose of our struggle, constantly reminding our youth during difficult times of the struggle that we must fight, produce, and learn. They fortified a platform for the youth of our country, irrespective of their political affiliation, to shout in one accordance and say, we are the future and no one can stop us. We have no doubt in our minds that some, in celebrating the life of Comrade Billy, will engage in ceaseless inquiry to figure out a million little things he did which will contribute singularly to form a composite picture worthy of any remembrance by posterity. Like a tree, Comrade Billy grew tall as a beam that held firm our democracy and freedom. Like a tree, Comrade Billy was a timber upon which our hopes and the future of all patriotic South Africans was built. Comrade Billy was the sailing pine that navigated our path to power. He was our proud and tall cedar tree that held high our aspirations, dreams, and hopes. He was our oak, the sole king of the forests, for he walked fearlessly among the pestilence that waited to ravage our dreams. He was our mighty cypress tree, foreshadowing things to come. He was our laurel tree, the meat of mighty conquerors, for he always led from the front. He was our cinnamon tree. He was always steadfast in all his endeavors, like a baobab. He was resilient in every sphere of life and withstood all kinds of weather. Today and right now, as we close the chapter of grief, we will surely open a new page of conviction that indeed your death was not in vain. Namhlanje, xa sivala isahluko senhlungu, kufuneka sivule iphepha elitsha lokuqiniseka ukuba ngenene ukufa kwakho akuzange kube lisizi. Ulifezile elakho igqatso. We will forever cherish the ideals for which you firmly stood, of building a national democratic society where all live in peace. In celebrating his life, we'll write Comrade Billy's deeds in our hearts, and we repeat once more, like we do with all our past heroes. We shall tell them to the young, to those yet to be born, that once in our lives we were gifted with the life of a luminary who shone his bright light over us, an activist whose life was built on conscience and decorum. When we consult the mortal remains of Comrade Billy to earth, the common mother of all, we will do so secured in the knowledge that what we place in the ground is now no more, a man but a seed which after winter of our discontent will come forth again to meet us. We will certainly know him then for what he was and is, a genuine freedom fighter who valued freedom to the extent he was prepared to put himself to any inconvenience to gain it for others. Mountains of our country, weep not for his departed hero, but hold high your heads in pride that this remote part of our land has produced a patriot whose life has been enshrined in the hearts of all who adore freedom. City, with family Masetlha, Comrade Billy, your place is in the assembly of giants. Go well, Comrade Billy. Fare thee well, Delagufa. Go well, brother, comrade. May your soul rest in eternal peace. We begile indugu ebandla. Robala ka khotso sibatha. Thank you.